This NFL Props Week 3 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code SGPN to score up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Hey everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Nothing to see over here. Nothing to see over here. Just some
a nice, sturdy wooden ladder.
NSFW.
Joining us for
stickers on.
That is pornographic.
joining us for some ladder chatter coming up. You know him, you love him, the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, Mr. C.J. Sullivan. What's happening, CJ?
Yes. What's up, fellas? That looks so good up close. It's like the that's the 9x16. That takes up your full screen ladder right there.
Yeah, that is a full size ladder, Ryan. And you got Tampa Bay Bucks, Pittsburgh Steelers, and if this was rankings, the 49ers sticker is on the bottom. 49ers are 1-1. And the other two teams are on top of them.
Is this a future telling device?
Yes, Bucks could win it all.
Look who was on the back. A surprise 2-0 team in the Seattle Seahawks. Whoa.
See, you guys are the slot machine. I'm the analog. I'm sticker ladder. That's the OG. That's how I do my predictions.
CJ made this like a year ago.
Right.
And you may have to adjust your whatever you're watching to view this, because you're like, what is that strange metallic black box sitting in front of CJ Sullivan? It's a computer. The man in the box has gone digital, right? Normally he's all analog, including our show, but decide to digital it up a bit.
I still have the clipboard, the Shane Steichen clipboard with the Colts logo on the back. But
now CJ, wait, remind the folks, the NFL stickers you get are just randomly assigned to you via the car wash vending machine, right?
Yeah, there's a car wash. I have a Saturday routine after my regular skins club at the Roosevelt Golf Club. I go to the car wash down the street. If I win cash, only.
It's the most LA story ever.
I splurge myself and I go to Los Feliz Car Wash. They have an amazing massage chair there for $5.
Well, I think most people don't understand how strong the car wash game is in Los Angeles. I mean, the South has some car washes.
Yeah.
The East Coast, not so much.
It's not a hang.
But in LA, it's like your neighborhood is defined by how nice the car was.
Ice Cube's entire cinematic career is based off of emulating the movie The Car Wash. There's been 20 different versions of it because of how great the car washes are out here. So you hang out all day there. And there's a sticker machine for 50 cents. So I would get the NFL stickers. And so it's a random thing. There's a bank across the street. I would get change. I would get quarters sometimes if need be. And then that massage chair for $5. People don't understand. It's not your Brookstone in the mall chair. This is, this gets loud. Yeah, it's amazing. And it's just me making direct eye contact with the cashier the entire time with this lady. And she laughs the entire time. She loves it. 15 minutes, $5. It's an amazing Saturday routine. So I would get stickers. So I went to the ladder. It went to the clipboard. So people are like, how do I get one? It was official NFL. Tell you what you do. You get yourself some gumption, some quarters. I did for sure. Me personally emptied out that machine, and they refilled it. I couldn't do a number, which they probably haven't had to do in decades.
They're like, wait, what happened? We have to refill the NFL sticker machine?
Yeah, it's this thing you put the quarter and turn the thing like at the grocery store, and you get some Mike and Ike's in your hand or something like that.
Which is right. It's great, but then also it's like, well, you're going to end up with completely random teams.
Absolutely, you get random teams. You get a lot of repeats too. Some teams that you don't want. Several.
This might be a perfect time to have a fairly serious conversation.
Okay.
Oh, yellow on the screen. What's this?
Yeah, Ryan. This is Luke Meyer.
The piss boy.
Luke Meyer checking in with a nice super chat, saying tossing us $10. This is to fund another week of Titans Moneyline. First 2 weeks didn't hit, but fuck it, keep up the good work. Hashtag tighten up. And we talked about it on the show, but I mean,
I like the idea of people throwing singles at us.
We go and grab our
rain.
little singles. I will be taking this $10 and putting it on the Titans.
Oh, wow.
I'm laying -2.5. Is that crazy?
It'd be funnier to even have tickets like Titan Moneyline tickets that you're making a rain with.
Oh, I'm sure. Circle. You know what? Maybe we do that, right?
For your VSiN segment.
Yeah,
for
VSiN
your
segment.
show, I
What
mean.
we do.
They have that money gun
you
somewhere in the belly of VSiN.
No, I think CJ's thing is we make it rain.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we put like $50 or like $40 into the kiosk and then just keep firing on
Yes.
$1 bets.
Yeah.
And then just make them rain.
Till they run out of paper. Hit that kiosk button until they run out of paper.
I love that idea.
I do like
All right,
that.
tune
Well,
into
no.
the VSiN show. We'll work on this.
But like I was saying, slightly serious conversation related to the stickers. We've been rearranging the office, cleaning up a little bit, and
Yes.
as we were cleaning the office, we came across a couple of CJ's stickers that I'm pretty sure he gifted to us,
Okay.
at least gifted to the office.
Sure.
And Sean, he saw them and tried to throw them right in the trash.
What?
I rescued them,
Thank you.
fortunately,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to
What
share
stickers?
that.
I like how this is a shock to all of us
The
right
football helmet stickers. Sean,
Wow. All right.
there was, I believe, a Ravens sticker and maybe another team, and Sean tried to throw
I
them
was
out.
on I was on the Chiefs that week, and I'm a very
Well,
superstitious
they were a
gambler.
gift. They were a gift.
You know, it's
Just wanted
funny.
to make sure CJ knows where he stands.
You know,
with
it's funny. I throw them on, like I would throw them on folders and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? Because I have papers and folders, and sometimes I'd be out and about at a coffee shop or something. You know,
Here are the
and
rescue
making
stickers.
Hey, what part of Indianapolis are you from?
Right. So it's, oh, you're a big Ravens fan, are you? No, I just get stickers at the car wash to make these envelopes.
He tried to throw out a Ravens and a.
I was just gonna say Ravens and Texans. I think are the two most common.
Yeah.
That came
Okay.
up.
So
I'll save these.
They're not
Thank
worth
you.
much. I just wanted to point out that I saved them.
Thank you very much. This Texans was definitely damaged, and maybe it looks like it got ran over. It was definitely in a compact car.
Well, Sean was
right.
crumbling it up.
Well, after they didn't cover
Yeah,
2.5
after
week
the
one,
Bears backdoored it for sure.
Yeah, they've both games they
Yeah, you're
should have
right.
covered easily,
You're right.
and both games. It was like a half point off.
They're-
I mean, I technically pushed on the show, but oh god, so
They're
annoying.
guaranteed 1 point win this week as well.
I know. I got to play a money line. Only a ladder made of steel will do. Carson Steel. That's right, Ryan W. Check it in. Yeah, I mean, I want to go big on Carson Steel, but the pricing has got insane.
I know.
Carson Steel 2 touchdowns is. I mean, he did make my list. I will say that. But I don't know if I go ladder because it's like he's a chalky play now. It's crazy. He went from not being in the NFL to being a fantasy football darling.
It's crazy.
Like you almost have to lay money on his anytime touchdown.
I know.
It's
I feel
crazy.
bad in my fantasy leagues where I got outbid by him. I'm like, listen, he belongs to me. It's like a band
Yeah,
you
come
discovered.
on.
You know,
We own him.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got him a bunch of those Underdog best ball shares. But here we are talking some props. Then we'll do a ladder, group Underdog play, a Degen parlay. We got it all. Kramer, do you want to start? What is your first prop bet you like?
Yeah, I mean, we can just start. If you're watching on YouTube, you saw DJ Moore on the thumbnail, and I don't get it. They're still pricing DJ Moore like he's got a quarterback that knows how to throw the forward pass on his team. I like DJ Moore, 36 yards in the first game, 53 in the second game, and they're keeping this the week 1 total for DJ Moore was 59.5 yards.
Yes.
It's now 64.5 yards.
Why would it have gone up?
Great question, Sean. Sure, maybe Keenan Allen is back. Maybe he's not. I don't think that really matters. This is just I don't know. Getting cute, fading Caleb Williams right now because I don't see this. This is the game where they get it going. If they're going to get it going anywhere, it's on the ground. So DJ Moore under 64.5 receiving yards.
I like that. I am on the Colts. I have them as a lock, and yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking to fade Caleb Williams. The back-to-back road game. A desperate Colts team getting up for this game in this spot. Like what you're putting down there. Speaking of desperate teams, Philadelphia Eagles head down to New Orleans, and we'll get in the lab early here because sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. In the lab, Spuds is in the lab. He pulled this out like a good boy. I said, Spuds, go into the lab and find me a winning prop. He came back with Derek Carr higher, aka over a half interception. Sports Gambling Podcast.
Really?
.com/rhythm. Get your free 7-day trial today. I obviously
You needed
like
rhythm
that.
for that one?
No, I mean,
Spuds.
when I start my research for the props podcast by firing up, seeing what Rhythm likes and seeing what my gut tells me, and then merging those two to create a delightful prop sandwich. I just refuse to believe Derek Carr is the best quarterback in the NFL. Ryan, we might actually be able to get a decent price at Derek Carr, no NFL MVP over at Circa.
That would be an all-time bad beat.
Yeah, if Derek Carr and Dennis Allen beat me, so be it.
Yeah, please.
Quinyon Mitchell has been incredibly close to getting a pick in both games. I mean, he had his hands on both of the 2 balls, one in each game. Reed Blankenship had a pick. I think the Eagles are going to come up with a good game plan. I like how they match up defensively. So yes, Derek Carr to throw a pick. You're getting plus odds here. I like it. Rhythm likes it. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. The Rhythm is going to bet you, CJ. What do you got for your first prop?
Well, I'm going to start right off with a prop I know Kramer's been on before, and he got personally hurt, so I just want to get it out of the way.
Oh, what are we doing?
Personally hurt. We're going to go with Zamir White over rushing attempts. Now,
great bet, CJ.
thank you very much. Antonio Pierce, you would think he would be a man of his word.
Yeah.
He's a man who doesn't seem like he'd be deceiving to play any of those games.
Yeah. What is he? What is the? It feels like there's a grift going somewhere.
Right.
I can't figure it out. They won. They beat the Ravens, and his big takeaway was, "We got to get Antonio. We got to get Zamir White the ball more." No, you won because you didn't. You didn't do that
because Minshew put it on his shoulders and he Minshewed them.
Devontae Adams had a crazy catch.
It's amazing. He keeps saying, like, we just got to do it. I don't care if it doesn't work. We have to do it. We have to give him the ball 25, 30 times.
Quote, I'm so excited to see 20 carries from Zamir White.
Yes, I do think I had the entire fantasy community telling me to fuck off for a number of reasons, including Zamir White at number 10. But don't yell at me, yell at Antonio Pierce. He says he's going to get the ball 20 times a game.
Part of the problem was Zamir White was not productive, and part of the problem was game script, and they were playing Baltimore, a good defense, and they were down by 10 for the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and or 13, whatever it was. Now, this is a different story. You're at home. You're versus Carolina, who has no one on defense. They lost their best defensive player last week. You can run. Not only can you run all over them, that you run all day. That's the formula for destroying Carolina's defense. And we're getting a discount now. His rushing attempts are bet online 12.5.
Whoa.
For a guy who's excited to see him get 25. That's half of what he's excited for.
That is half.
This will be done by halftime. Zamir White over 12.5 rushing attempts.
So this is officially my I don't give a shit play of the week. It's not the carries, it's the fucking yards.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though he promised he's going to get 20,
shut your mouth. I'm gonna explain why.
Okay.
CJ was alluding to this, but week 1, New Orleans, they ran for 180 yards against this defense, 379 overall, and they held the ball for almost 37 minutes. Chargers, week 2. Rushed for 219 yards, 349 total, and held the ball for over 36 minutes. Of course, I think there's a possibility that Antonio Pierce and Luke Getsy don't have a great relationship, and this is him talking to Luke Getsy through the media.
Really?
Right.
This is for Luke.
Hey,
Getsy.
Luke, I'd really like to see Zamir White get those 20 carries this week. I really would like that.
Yeah.
The rushing yards mark, Sean, which is what I'm playing.
Okay.
54.5 yards. Okay. I like what CJ's doing too. I would probably just play both. I'll probably be on a ladder.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I'll be on 100 yards. I'll be on all these different things. But if Madison can get 100 yards and Zamir White can get 75,
I mean, last week
and we're good to go.
JK had over 100 and Gustil had 18 carries.
They've given up almost. They've given up 399 rushing yards in 2 games, Sean. I would imagine it would be sharp to get involved in rushing props against this team. Unless something silly happens with Andy Dalton.
Well, stay tuned for the ladder. Look out.
Ladder teasing.
This is another one Rhythm like. Shout out to Rhythm. And I think it makes sense for me too.
Sean was just in the other room, dark room, closes the door, and just takes his phone with rhythm open, and rubs it all over his belly. That's how he handicaps the prop market.
Devin Singletary under 55.5 rushing yards. Cleveland defense pretty good at home. They just held ETN to 52 yards on the road.
Feels targeted.
Rhythm, the math adds up. I think this kind of got inflated because Devin Singletary had 95 yards against Washington, but Washington has no defense. I think Cleveland's going to load the box. I think they have some cornerbacks that can at least, make neighbors work for it. So I think they can add guys to the front seven there and load the box and slow down Devin Singletary, who I don't think is super explosive. And I would be surprised if he gets over 55.5 yards. So give me Devin Singletary under 55.5 rushing yards.
Wow.
So we're doing a pro Eagles one and an anti Giants one.
I mean,
this
again,
is interesting.
The numbers are the numbers.
Both of these were rhythm generated. I was going to come in completely impartial, unbiased.
Right.
Rhythm. I mean, again, they say AI is turning sentient. Maybe rhythm is here amongst us, Ryan.
A part of me wants to just steal an Adam Thielen prop from you right now.
Well, you can, you can, because I'm pivoting slightly off Adam Thielen. I saw a great idea in the chat, and I'm going to pivot. Wow. But CJ, what do you got? What's another prop you enjoy?
I mean, I was going to go to that game, but I feel bad now. You know what? I'm going to pivot. I'm going to get out. I'm going to audible. I'm going to. You can in my Patreon. You can get your. You can get my Deontay Foreman numbers if you want, but I won't do that because I don't want to personally attack these Giants. Personally, I want those Giants to win. So I'm on them +6.5, and I want them, and I want them for Survivor. So I'm going to go to a nice little, of course, a little mini revenge angle. Of course, we're going to go with Stephon Diggs, revenge in Minnesota. He has revenge against a couple cities. Of course, no one did him wrong, but he thinks they did him wrong. So I'm not going to go with numbers just because Stroud has a lot to spread it out to and feed, but he does have a knack for getting touchdowns, and now that's what he seems like he is. He's kind of a dig route receiver, if you will, Stephon Diggs route. He is +170 for a touchdown for revenge. I like that a lot. I don't trust him for numbers. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns in the opener, and they tried to give him. He's gonna yap about it, and that's the thing, especially in Minnesota. So in order to shut him up, Stroud's going to give him a touchdown in the red zone just to shut.
Oh yeah,
and then he'll be able to give him some good advice after the touchdown.
Right, and it's just to be an absolute.
I appreciated the advice I got, and I'm just trying to pass it along to Caleb.
I love how Stroud.
Why are people going after him so hard?
Well, I just love how Stroud's leading into that. Like, now listen, not everyone can be me. Not everyone can be an MVP. Look, it took me to at least week 3 to figure things out. So you got till this week, Caleb. Go ahead for it.
Kobe Bryant always struggled with that.
Right.
It's like, why aren't you better, pussy? All right, is it my turn, Sean?
Yeah. What do you got, Kramer?
Well, I did my Zamir White one I'll go to an absolute banger.
Okay.
Houston. Well, stay in this game. We're playing the Uno.
That's right.
Again.
The drinking game.
So Tank Dell. So we think Mixon probably out of this game this weekend against the Vikings.
Feels like it's trending that way.
Tank Dell so far in 2 games, he has 5 carries for. Hold on, my screen just reset. He has 5 carries for 35 yards. A long of 18 in one game and a long of 17 in another game. His rushing yards total is 1.5. This is an automatic play. I will tell you, it is. I'm checking to make sure it's open at both. It's open at. So DK right now over 1.5 yards. -115. So you a tiny bit of juice there. What am I missing here, Sean? Their bell cow back's going to be out of the game. They're already giving him a couple carries a game, and against the Brian Flores defense, you're definitely going to want to run this action at least one. You're going to run him in motion constantly, so you have to show the handoff at least once. This to me feels like a mortal lock.
Yeah. Wait. So it's
over 1.5 rushing yards is -115. At DK, he's had 3 for 16 and 2 for 19 in the 2 games this season so far. I think Mixon will be out.
Yeah,
probably.
he gets at least 2 carries. I mean, the odds for him to get 2 yards on 2 carries.
Colby,
what are we missing?
Colby brought me this snorkel mask.
What is Mixon?
I was using it.
What is Mixon's injury?
Ankle. He did return to the game, so
I need that to linger. I have some acres. I have some acres 300 to 1 to lead the division in rushing tickets.
It does sound like his chance of missing the game is better than
I
his chance of
need a
playing.
nice stretch for him to miss.
So yes, Tank Dell over 1.5 rushing yards, mortal lock.
Yeah, they're gonna get it.
I love that.
And there's gonna be some fun end around. They're gonna try and take advantage of
full disclosure.
Yes,
tried to play a ladder here. No one's offering alt rushing yards.
No, I bet closer to kickoff you might get something.
Well, that might tune into VEASAN.
I mean, they're always scared about the
Sean, this might be our
rushing
fire
yards.
truck ladder on VEASAN.
Get the stick.
That's a great ladder.
Yeah, I mean it's one
run. I know.
He had an 18 and a 17-yard run in this season already.
I love that one.
All right, you knew we were gonna throw this guy in here. Carson Steele, anytime touchdown plus 130.
Why is it so low?
That's a good number.
That makes me love it because I was shopping around. There was some that added like a plus 100, plus 110.
Yeah, 110 at Bet Online.
He had 2 carries inside the 5 last game when Pacheco was healthy. They gave him the ball in a key 4th down. He got the first down. The Chiefs don't do a quarterback sneak. I think anything inside the 5, he's going to get some looks there. You can run on this Falcons team. I mean, Barkley had a decent game, minus the soul crushing drop, but I think there's going to be a ton of Carson Steele opportunities, and Carson Steele's not going to let this opportunity pass him by. Carson Steele, anytime tutty plus 130. How do we not put this in here? Oh, Moonoff Manji saying
What's
Carson Steele is ass.
Whoa!
Moonoff, how
Who's that?
dare you?
Is that the guy from pregame talking trash about
Moonoff's from Houston. Hold on, guys. This could mean something totally different. He is from Houston. I know H-Town has some different slang.
How dare you?
That could mean
Moonoff.
he could mean he's fine.
He's a friend of the program.
Hey, if you guys signed up over on BetUS, if not, what are you waiting for? sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Look at this awesome photo of Mike Vick rocking some BetUS gear. You can bet on pro football, college football. They got it all. Baseball, I think, is still going on. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. And make sure you use our promo code SGPN so they know we sent you there. Easy deposits, easy withdrawals with that sweet cryptocurrency. I get a little action going. I've been known to steam it a little bit in the early games. Flip open the BetUS at the casino. Play a couple of hands of blackjack. The live casino, always fun. America's favorite sportsbook, 30+ years in business. U.S. players welcome. You can bet from a bunch of different places. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Promo code SGPN. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Kramer, what do you got? So I've given out 3. Oh no, CJ's up. CJ,
I've given out 2.
Yeah, I've given out 2 as well.
Okay, so
CJ can go.
All right,
CJ, what do you got?
I'll stay.
Oh no, I've given out 3. That's
Yeah.
right. DJ Moore.
Yeah, I've given out Zamir, Diggs, and I think that's.
You're up, CJ.
All right, I'll stay in that game to play this drinking game that we do. The Falcons Chiefs. Kansas City has been destroyed. This is my my reverse tight end theory that I rode last year, where the guy opposite of Travis Kelce wants to show up a big game in front of T Swift and everyone.
Yes.
And so far in 2 games, the tight ends have destroyed Kansas City. Isaiah Likely in the opener
That was tough.
with a monster game.
Yes, sir.
That was great. And Isaiah Likely anytime touchdown. That was huge.
Anytime touchdown, a toe away from 2.
Yeah.
Mike Gesicki last week with another monster game. And they even let Eric All Jr., the 4-string tight end rookie sensation.
Oh, no. What are you doing,
Get
CJ?
in there.
No.
Peeking, just sleeping some names.
Put down the chair.
Anyway, that just sets up for an easy over here for Kyle Pitts.
Oh my God.
Relax. I'm not going to bring out any of those things there. Kyle Pitts' numbers are pretty low, 30.5, 38.5 inside the dome. Yes, I know he's been, obviously disappointing for where he gets drafted in fantasy and people go, and he's been lackluster, but this is an easy number to clear. I like over either one of them, but I think yards will be easier to clear. I look him around. I see him having at least 80 yards and a touchdown in this game. He's ladder material in this game. I'm saying Kyle Pitts.
Some Kyle Pitts ladder chat.
I think after Drake London, they don't have anything.
Oh,
what is his catch prop? Is it still 3.5?
It's 3.5. It's 3.5. 38.5.
Okay,
is his total. He'll clear both of those.
Oh, geez.
I would never bet on something positive.
I'm not letting a guy named like Ray McLeod. This is in front of Taylor Swift now. All right.
Kyle Pitts show out game.
Best of luck.
This is an anti-Kyle Pitts show.
I just say we're not going to get fooled by that nonsense.
Okay.
But yeah, Sean, have we ever been positive on Kyle Pitts?
No,
not since I did the scouting report and heard someone called him a gold jacket player in the pre-draft process, and it set me on full tilt. I then watched his tape in college, and I never once saw him run through contact. I brought this up, and now he trips over his own feet.
Now, would you say Mike Gesicki's a better player than Kyle Pitts?
Ooh, I actually would, because I'm a maniac.
Both not football players.
Well, Gesicki had 7 for 91 last week.
And maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Likely had over 100 yards.
Maybe a Charlie Warner anytime touchdown.
I like what you did there.
Just trying to add on to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely stack onto that. The backup tight ends are live in this game, and I know for a fact this is a backup tight end show.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
We kind of invented the backup tight end system.
Oh, okay.
J Mark from the Old Fashioned Football Show checking in.
What's that motherfucker?
CJ sounding like the only smart guy in the room right now. # Pitts passion.
I like that.
I mean, I haven't seen J Mark this fired up since Brian Scott got a second chance in the CFL.
I don't know if you saw
certified baller graphic. I did see it.
Did you see the graphic?
Yes.
I go. J Mark.
J Mark's all in.
J Mark had to have created that graphic, right?
Yes.
No one else made up that graphic. That's why I love it. Good skills, good graphic skills.
J Mark's just sad that his take on Caleb Williams is accurate.
And Moonoff checking in saying he is with you, CJ. He thinks Kyle Pitts is the ladder of the week.
Don't let's not forget from a couple minutes ago when he said those horrible things about Carson Steele.
Yes.
Maybe he's in the suspension. No more showing his comments.
Why don't we? If we get Kyle Pitts on the show doing station IDs, maybe I'll start kissing his ass. But until then, this is a Carson Steele show. Ryan.
Yes.
Your buddy Jonnu Smith. I like the matchup here. Skylar Thompson. He's thrown 164 passes in the National Football League. He's thrown 2 of which that resulted in touchdowns. CJ, do you know what position both those touchdowns went to?
Tight end.
Leading the witness.
Jonnu Smith, anytime touchdown, 7-1. This might. I mean,
what?
Yeah, he came in that game, or sorry, when Skylar Thompson came into that game, Jonnu Smith ended up finishing 6 of 53, and a lot of that was from Skylar Thompson. They also do like design little screens for him, like they're going out of their way to create opportunities for Jonnu Smith in this offense. Now, he doesn't have a huge role in the red zone so far, but they actually haven't even been in the red zone a ton. Like most of their touchdowns have come off, big plays, and then Tua getting knocked out. They've had a bunch of time to prepare. Mike McDaniel is going to come up with something cute. Jonnu Smith, anytime touchdown to me, super fun. So lock it up for Jonnu.
I like it, and he's my boy.
Kramer, what do you got?
All right, so this is just playing another one of our guys, Jaleel McLaughlin. The rushing yards. So we think there's an advantage for the Broncos on the ground this week with the defensive line.
Vita Vea out. Just start there. You get that giant fat ass out of that game. I mean, that's huge.
We also mentioned how Ashawn Robinson was not practicing on Wednesday. Another key run defender. So in week 1, McLaughlin's total was 23.5.
Vita Vea 346 pounds.
He went over with 27 yards. They then moved the total up to 29.5. He did nothing last week against the Steelers. Going to be a tough team to run against all year. In the first game where he got 27 yards, there was more competition in the backfield. The rookie estimate was still in the rotation. Now he's not. We like the advantage spot. We think he's going to get some carries, and they've dropped the total down to 18.5 rushing yards. So we're going to go over.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I don't think there's going to be a ton of carries needed here. And again, we love the matchup, and it's not going to be all Javonte Williams. So pretty easy for me. Jaleel McLaughlin, 18.5 rushing yards. Seeing the board really well in the prop market this week, Sean.
I like how you specified to the prop market.
Well, just because.
Well, you don't want to jinx the gambling god.
That's a big board.
No, I don't like when Sean acts like there's this mysterious gambling god that has influence over my picks. So now I'm taunting that same God.
Yeah, okay. That's usually how it works with God.
Bitch.
When you call him out and spite
Where's
him.
your lightning?
All right, Ryan's definitely going to get struck by lightning. Don't want to mess with that.
I made one comment about Liberty University today, and the screen went black. And
I could only be so lucky.
God loves Liberty University. Come on. CJ, what do you got? Give us another prop.
All right. Well, I've been trying to figure out this LA Rams wide receiver market for a couple weeks now. Here, the outside of Puka and Cooper Kupp. Now that they're both out, we all know the Demarcus Robinson debacle of Week 1 at Caesars sports book. Well, that came through. Then we tried Tyler Johnson last week.
How'd that work?
Tyler Johnson. Last week was kind of a
kind of folded.
Yeah, kind of a throwaway. Everyone kind of just mucked their hand immediately.
Yeah, it was when you have to redeal all 5 cards
in video
poker. Clean wash.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now they have a divisional game at home and game script. They will be down a lot, of course, just like that. But I believe they'll be a little more competitive and throwing. I'm going to go with Camp Darling. I'm going to try a third one this time. Jordan Whittington.
Yes.
Now he looked good.
Sir Whittington.
They were calling him like the next Puka because he was this late round grab. He was dominating in the preseason.
Unfortunately, I think DeMarcus and Tyler just might not be it.
Yeah.
This might not be a thing. So I want to stop banging my head against this wall, and I'm going to go with this Whittington. His number is kind of high at 32.5, but I will.
Well, that's the thing. I looked at it and was like, they're kind of pricing it in, but
they're pricing it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I like the angle.
Shoot or shoot, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So 32.5, I'm going to go over receiving yards just because, and I think game script, they're going to have to be throwing the ball 50, 60 times in this game anyway.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think if they're throwing it that much, it's a real disaster, and it's probably more likely he goes over.
And you saw the Rams line down to 6.5. Kittle back tightness just popped up on the injury report. So Kittle is
really,
and they're saying it's not early. Well, we're taping this Thursday afternoon. Kind of anything that pops up late, always a bad sign for you playing. Debo doesn't look like he's gonna go. Ayuk's dealing with something. Bosa dealing with something. Well, Bosa's always dealing. He's always grappling with something. But
I saw a Reddit theory on this.
And what is it?
This is the shadow punishment. For lying on the injury.
Oh, okay. Now, so you believe in injury gods, but not gambling gods. I like this.
No. They are like the NFL is making them sit some guys down because of they're offering this up because they blatantly cheated. Again,
I don't think the NFL
Reddit
cares
theory.
that much
Reddit
about
theory.
the.
I'm just telling you what I saw on Reddit. I'm citing Reddit, making sure you understand it came from a brain from a user on Reddit who had a lot of Reddit street cred.
Lane Gretzky in the chat saying Whittington is going to go off.
Yes.
I keep wanting to call him Whittingham.
Yeah.
I love Lane. I don't want to do a double tease, but I bet Lane and you will agree come ladder time.
Ooh.
I'll just say that from his comments in the bombs. If he's a man of his word.
Oh, you see what CJ's doing right there, Sean? Just like Colby, he's pointing out this is one of his people.
Yeah, I did. Identified his friends.
I'm just plugging. I got get something out of this.
Oh, hey, my people have arrived. Thank you. Please make yourself at home.
My last regular prop, and this could be a ladder. Maybe we audible here late and make it a ladder. But Kyler Murray, 40+ rushing yards. Plus 160. I love this spot.
Wow.
Hutch is gonna. I call him Hutch.
Hutch.
Yeah, he's gonna have himself a day. He's gonna be able to pressure Kyler Murray, which is going to create a ton of scramble opportunities. I mean, I think he's been running a bunch anyway. 5 for 59 in the game against the Rams. 5 for 57 against the Bills.
Why is it so low?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I know James Conner will get his, But you saw Baker Mayfield was the leading rusher for the Bucs against the Lions last week. I think the Lions are fine to, and maybe they'll spy some guy, but if Kyler Murray, let's say he's already on pace for 5 carries, if he gets 6 or 7 because of the pressure getting to him, he's easily going to hit 40. Plus 160 is a smash.
Well, it's also Aaron Glenn. He just doesn't defend the running quarterback.
Yeah, they don't. Lions historically, and Easy is in the chat, who is a big Lions fan. He was. I'd love to get his take on it. He was saying he likes Knicks's rushing yards. That one's interesting because normally Bowles does a decent job against scrambling quarterbacks, but you saw Jaden Daniels did get 2 touchdowns. I think if you're playing Knicks rushing stuff, I think touchdown is the way to go. But yeah, I love Kyler Murray running the ball this week.
Definitely a good I mean, that's again, maybe another VSiN opportunity there, but
who's teasing now? Who's plugging future shows?
Yes, come on, Kramer.
I'm just trying to hit subscribe. You're a same back channel. Tune in Friday night.
I didn't have a problem with you plugging your show. I was just pointing out to Sean that we loved it. We have folks that come on the show and they point out when members of the chat are their people.
Yes, there's little clubs within the SGPN.
Like, I see that patch. You're shout out to the 209ers.
People have said.
People have. All right. Have we all get? I have one more.
Ooh, what was Kyler's number again? 35.
40 is plus 160. That was an alt number because I didn't think his actual number was interesting enough for this audience.
Yeah.
They're a sharp audience.
What's his 100 yards?
I give it a plus 170.
His 100 yards. I mean, I'm looking at DK. 70 plus is 9 to 1. 70 plus is
that's
9 to
insane.
1. Come on. All right. You know what?
Get it right now. Release some of the corporate funds. Is that the top of the ladder right now?
For DK 709 to 1. I wonder if FanDuel.
He walks for 60 yards in this game. I mean, that's a nuts number.
Yeah, no, that is a great price. I'm going to be smashing that. I mean, I'll make this a mini ladder, an unofficial ladder. But
I have access to 111 or more is 36 to 1.
I mean,
how much? How many
now
yards?
we're talking.
Yeah, the 100 is like over here it's 21 to 1.
Why not?
I'm gonna sprinkle some bonus money on this.
Here, while you're doing that, Ryan,
right.
I'm signing up over at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. I've actually already signed up. I mean, they hit me with the 30% profit boost for Thursday Night Football. Of course, yes, sir. I'm going to be getting down on that. And we were just talking about Kyler Murray. I'll pull up his number on Underdog, and it is 32.5 rushing yards. Higher, smash that. I mean, just 32.5 rushing yards. His attempts is set at 5.5. So like, what am I missing on this pricing? Like, Detroit is not great at defending rushing quarterbacks. And UnderdogFantasy.com, you get the sweet bonuses, the discounted plays, the profit boosts. They keep trying to push the CD Lamb higher a half yard. And I've used all my bonuses. Anytime a bonus comes in, I immediately fire, except the CD Lamb one. It's just sitting there all alone. Sorry. And give me an Underdog. Give me an alternate number on the under CD or lower CD Lamb half receiving yards. I'll take that. Give me a long shot. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN, get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
Justin Fields last year, 12 for 58 and 18 for 104.
Yeah, remember how good Justin Fields was? All right, I'll unleash the official. It'll be a VSiN official ladder over there.
I loved you petting Spuds though, as you're saying, "What are we doing here, Kyler Murray?"
All right, so we've already
good boy, Spuds. Good boy.
The listeners here are getting.
Look at he's sniffing out value. What's the man in the box got over here?
You want to come sniff my ass, Spuds?
Don't check those windows.
Munaf wants
Is a disgusting act.
Seems as though we've solved a couple ladders already for the show. Sean.
Tune in.
Yeah.
We'll unleash some more ladders. CJ calls in and gives out more ladders.
Yep.
It's ladder chatter. It's part of our ladder hour of programming on VSiN. CJ, before we get to our official ladders for this show,
all right,
what's your fifth prop here?
Fifth prop here. I want to get into the sweet field goal market that's happening out there.
Oh, you salty dog! You.
I mean, these kickers are amazing. Nobody misses.
No,
and it's just
unless I'm betting on them.
Right.
Justin Tucker misses. He's like the only guy.
I know.
We're living in bizarro world
right.
where everyone's great at kicking field goals except Justin Tucker.
That's a good point.
Who does suck now, as we've learned.
Which is kind of great.
Right. Which brings me to my field goal prop. Who will have the longest field goal? Dallas or Baltimore? Would you believe Dallas is the underdog? Plus money.
The kid off the street is like, he's the next Justin Tucker.
He hasn't missed in his life, apparently. And he drills from anywhere. They all do. He's even money for Dallas to have that. I love that over Baltimore. Tucker can still hit accurately from 45 and under, but the foot's got some gray hairs in it, and it just can't stretch it out over 50 yards. Apparently he's the only kicker in the league who cannot kick a 50-yard field goal. Tarico was hilarious. He just kept calling it a different golf comparison for every 50-yard field goal. 50-yard field goals are like 3-foot putts.
Oh, yeah.
They're like 300-yard drives. They're like 20-yard flop shots. All right, Tarico, we get it.
You got your loft wedge here on the back nine of Pebble.
We got it.
Tarico's getting confident.
Yeah, you belong to country clubs.
He's
we
here.
understand.
Well, once he saw Tom Brady, he's like,
oh, yeah.
okay, my price just went up.
I feel great.
Not so easy, is it, Tom?
But all these kickers as well, if you can go anywhere, and they're all like 1.5 as the props. I love Firebooth for Houston. I love all these kickers. You can just hit over 1.5. But the best one I like there is plus money for Dallas to have a longest kick, just because Tucker is the only one who, and a 50-yard field goal is going to be attempted. They're already talking about squeezing the goalpost in. They need to change the rules. Anytime a kicker does good for more than 3 weeks, NFL wants to change the rules because they feel it's too effeminate.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we got to make it masculine again. None of this. Well, it is very funny that it's 60 minutes of just gladiator brutality of these guys juiced up on HGH and God knows what, clashing, literally trying to put each other in a chair, and then it's some dainty soccer guy from Denmark deciding who wins.
But meanwhile, it's 38% of the scoring in the entire sport, and teams then, as Kramer could attest to, never have a backup plan if their kicker gets hurt.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like, they're like, okay, who plays soccer? How about
Well, it is. On one hand, you should not care about the position because a lot of guys can.
My daughter's in a travel league. Can we get her out here? Get her kicking around?
Yeah, it's like value over replacement. But if you definitely should have 2 of them on your team.
Yes.
In case one of them is hurt. Also, we're so tight on roster spots. How have they not sorted out the one guy does both? If the other guy can't do the other thing anyway, have one.
It is impressive that a professional punter can be so bad at kicking extra points.
I don't understand that.
Yes, that I don't.
I don't understand.
I mean,
I love how punters refuse to do it. That's what I like about them.
I mean, not to tout the past, but I played rugby and you did both. You punted and again, it's basically the same thing. The technique is slightly different, but you're kicking.
You use your leg to kick a ball. Yeah, I mean they should be able to figure it out.
I'd actually argue that these roster spots are taken by these long snapper specialists. Back in the day, they didn't have that. Just some converted tight end would go over there and snap the ball. Then you could have another roster spot for another kicker.
The Giants on those 2 Super Bowl runs had a defensive tackle as a long snapper. Yeah, so I do think that is an interesting. It's kind of wild that the NFL thought that was something that they needed to keep. Like they have, all right, you know what? We're not going to argue. Just get that guy who can snap at 15 yards.
All right, Kramer, did you give out your 5th?
Malik Willis under. So the number was ridiculously high in the 170s last week. Now they've dropped it to 149.5.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We're going under. I mean, the only way this gets burned is if they go into garbage time and this team, defensive players on this team, they know exactly what Malik Willis is. This is not going to be a good day for Malik Willis, and this will be the day where everyone's like, well, Jordan Love comes back next week, so we're good to go. 149.5 passing yards under.
Shout out to Malik Willis though. They tried to bait him with like, hey, do you want to stick it in Tennessee's ear, because they gave up on you. He's like, no. He's like,
he's too nice.
He's like, first of all, they paid me. It wasn't charity.
Check cleared.
Yeah, and they actually believed in me. Did you see me play? They shouldn't have. I can't believe those guys believed in me.
Yeah. What is the opposite of a revenge game? Malik Willis setting up the first gratitude game.
Yes.
He's just there. Affirmations. Thank you for believing in me.
Which makes the under better. He's going to. The least I could do is lose this game
there
for him.
holding him. It's not your fault. I mean, mostly it was your fault. Okay, time for the ladders. Break them out.
Yes. Get it out.
I'm going to break rules here. I'm going to give out the first ever double ladder.
What do you mean?
It's a coordinated ladder.
Jesus.
Oh,
now you're back in on stacking.
We're storming Normandy.
This is a scallop.
Yeah. I don't know if they brought. I'm going to try and find some photos, but they brought a ton of ladders when they stormed the beaches of Normandy and used it to scale the cliffs. It's awesome.
That's a different kind.
We need to get one of those for the office. My first ladder, it's obvious. I've been salivating ever since the news hit. The Ginger Jesus, aka Andy Dalton, back behind the reins, ready to fire the red rocket. Adam Thielen receptions, 6. You get 177, 7, you get 272, 8, 422, 9, 666, mark of the beast.
Jesus.
If you can find higher, I believe in it. The last time he played a game with Andy Dalton, Adam Thielen 11 for 145 and a touchdown. Now I'm going to stick to the other side. I saw someone in the chat, and apologies if I missed your name there. Andy Dalton passing yards, also a ladder worthy in my mind. 225, you get 125. 250 passing yards plus 250 in a dome with a guy with a chip on his shoulder.
Wow.
275.
Sean's breaking all the rules.
275 is 5-1. And last time he was playing professional football, he threw for like 360, 343 yards. Plus 1545. Wow. Andy Dalton has himself a day with Adam Thielen. Let's go. It's a Panthers ladder.
I think
a white angle release if I've ever heard.
I was just gonna say it's kind of like a storm to castle ladders, like kind of Lord of the Rings, where they rush the castle and they throw the ladder up there and they just bum rush it. But this is more of a medieval night, medieval times kind of, because it's in Vegas. I'm thinking like a theme restaurant.
Well, and Lane pointed out this is the first ever scaffolding bet because you have two scaffolding ladders supporting the top plank that is the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, it's like those Rockefeller paintings of the construction workers in New York, eating lunch on a scallop up above the sky.
Oh, okay. And Lane's saying he's been thinking about of Adam Thielen all week as well.
He has.
100.
He could not wait to talk Thielen just today.
100 receiving yards, 11-1
from my show earlier in the comments. Make sure that's understood.
He's back.
I think 100 receiving yards is a good place to take it up to. 100%. So whatever way you want to play the passing game combo between Adam Thielen and Andy Dalton, so I advise my clients to.
I assume you are on a Andy Dalton, Adam Thielen DFS lineup this week.
Oh yeah. Wait till you see my Degen parlay ride. Wait till I break the internet. Cannot wait to get down on this. Kramer, what do you got for your ladder chatter?
All right. So I'm not as provocative or exciting, perhaps. But I'm going to a game where it seems like the Jags defense is going to give up yards through the passing game.
Fair.
And Khalil Shakir already has a very depressed receiving yards total at 43.5. So this would have made the prop list, but the ladder is just too nice. Again, the Jags secondary, we saw it last week. We saw what happened to the I guess the quote unquote deep threats in the offense. They were able to get open a couple times. There were some big plays from Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis was close on a couple.
Davis revenge.
Shout out to Trevor Lawrence for sucking. But Khalil Shakir, we're going to start at 43.5. We're going to then, which again, he's been over that. No big deal. And we think there's going to be a big play or two, which he seems like he could be the big play guy. 59.5 is plus 230. 79.5, Sean, plus 450. 89.5, 7-1. Top rung, 100 yards, 10-1. So similar theory to the Brian Thomas ladder last week.
Yeah.
And it only took a couple catches for Brian Thomas to get there. I think very similar matchup here. Attacking. This is like literally when you're playing the quadrant on the roulette wheel. You're just attacking a location and a situation. So
I forget if we talked about it, but while we were watching Sunday Night Football, this guy, these like bros are going nuts.
We didn't talk about
at the roulette table right next to where the sportsbook was. He's like, yes, yeah, fucking A. That's what I'm talking about. I go, oh my god, this guy somehow hit 2 numbers. Like, what is?
It was constant yelling like that. Like, how many numbers are they hitting over there?
And I walk over.
He was celebrating as if that's like $100 on a number.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's that's like, hitting 36.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
35.
Well, you got to fill out a tax form.
Forgot about the double zero.
I walk over there, and the fucking guy had 50 on red.
50 on
like,
red.
What?
It's like an AOL screen name.
Dude needs to go fucking lose his virginity.
Oh man, that was CJ was tilting.
It was so tilting because I was watching my Rams cover melt away
in overtime, and it was a death by 1,000 cuts.
Sean was also covering his -5.5.
Covering his -5.5. He slow rolled me with the DeMarcus Robinson prop. Everything was happening all at once.
Man, it was getting steamy in the box. The temperature was rising. It's like the cartoon where you move the shirt to the side and the steam comes out.
It was a sauna.
That was CJ.
Right. It's just the neck above it. Right.
Yeah.
Just Madden commenting on cold ass football games and bald heads.
CJ's it's how cold it is out here. You can see the steam coming up CJ's head.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. Well,
so we got 2 ladders. Now time for the big boy ladder.
Right.
CJ.
Absolutely.
The inventor of ladders.
Love the laddie daddy, the laddie chatty. And I'm excited to see the old guy, and I like the goggles with it.
I'm just getting, in case you were gonna get crazy.
It is great because the goggles, if you listen closely, you can hear they slightly pinch Ryan's nose.
Right.
Oh, what do you mean? Do I sound different?
Not like you can. It's not. I mean, I just know because I hear it all the time. It's a slight difference. Very enjoyable.
I'm saving the new, like I said, the new visual ladders are coming through the mail for the VSiN show.
Wow.
I just got a text notice that they are at the door as we speak.
Absolutely.
There from the Amazon, literally from the Amazon, not the website. The Amazon Pets Exotic Pets website of the jungle.
Special deliveries.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna talk about a player we did talk about earlier, and that is Caleb Williams. Now, Caleb Williams, everyone's ready to write him off. And he's a disaster because he's not CJ Stroud and not a superstar after 2 weeks.
Not willing to take advice.
Right. Not willing to take advice and be a little bro to the big bro. Now, this is a make or break game for him. And I believe now things aren't going to change with the release or receivers or like that. But when push comes to shove, what do athletes do like this? They take off and run.
Yeah. I like where your head's at.
Last week versus Houston, under a lot of distress, 5 for 44 is what he ran for. Malik last week versus this Colts defense also had 6 for 41 in a game. He didn't have to run that much because they were ahead.
Yeah,
and that's what he does. His lowest rung here. Now the Colts team that cannot stop the run at all. 21.5 yards is his total, which is insane. He's watching Jaden Daniels. He watches what he's doing, who's running for 60, 70, 80 yards a clip. He's got to say, watch, just start doing that. It's what they trigger to. It's what their fight or flight response is.
Rookie quarterbacks love running.
Rookie quarterbacks love
they don't see the field well.
Absolutely. And they're making fun of him. How this is in Arizona State. You're playing against grown men, This is absolutely insane. 21.5 yards. Let's leave a couple rungs. 41.5 yards, which, by the way, he cleared last week. Versus Houston,
yes,
that's plus 240 right there.
Yes,
just to get to that. Hop up another one, 51.5. You're looking at plus 405. Keep on riding.
How high can we go?
Keep climbing these bunk beds, Caleb. Looks like you're back in the dorm room. Actually, not your dorm room, your penthouse you had here in downtown Los Angeles. But you keep climbing those ladders. 61.5. We're looking at 7-1. This is insane. If you want to get up on the roof, get up on the downtown LA skyscraper, clean off some of that graffiti, 71.5 yards. We're looking at plus 1277 on Bet Online. And we didn't even swat the drone out yet.
There's another level.
There's one more level to this Caleb Williams rushing ladder. 81.5 yards at plus 2443. Are we kidding me? He's just got to get 81 yards. That's no problem. I mean, it only
he had an 88-yard game against Texas back in 2021.
Absolutely, and that's game who he's trying to protect himself. This is a game where it's make or break.
Yeah,
he's been in the spotlight. This is what he has to fight for, and it just takes one or two 15, 20-yard clips, and you're right in the mix to get to the top and swat these drones out of the sky.
Love it.
I do like the idea of swatting drones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we all know it's completely illegal if a drone is in your skyline property to shoot it down, swat it down, King Kong it down. Who cares? It might be spying on you.
Yeah, it's got to be cathartic shooting a drone out of the sky.
And no cop is going to side with the drone owner. No one does.
No.
We all hate those people.
All right. What do we got? We got a Degen only parlay and then a group Underdog entry. Kramer, do you want to go first for your
#Degens only
parlay?
Sure.
What do you got?
All right, I threaded a needle through some of our like season long takes and our week takes.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime touchdowns, 5 of them. Zamir White,
Bink,
Carson Steele,
easy.
Tyreek Hill, who by the way is plus 190.
Wow.
Just if anyone wants to get a real cheap Tyreek Hill, anytime
I
price.
like that a lot.
Then we jump up a little bit in price class. D Hop, who according to his coach and himself, feeling as good as he's felt all season, plus 330. Like the matchup there as the number 2 against that defense. And then the last one, we said we like the rushing matchup for the Denver Broncos. Jaleel McLaughlin plus 370, nice little topper. Those 5: Tyreek Hill, D Hop, Carson Steele, Zamir White, and Jaleel McLaughlin. 263 to 1.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Price class, I like as a term too. Step up in price class.
Yeah.
For me, it's the big AT, aka Adam Thielen. 2 touchdowns. This is I think FanDuel 49 to 1. Parlay that with the Cats money line.
What kills me is Sean forgets when this motherfucker lied to our face.
Who?
Adam Thielen.
Was
Yes.
he supposed to be on the show?
We
No,
had him
he
on
was
the show.
on the show.
We interviewed him. He was gracious enough to make a couple minutes to spend with us.
Oh, sounds like a nice guy.
And
Good story.
he told us he was going to work it out with Minnesota.
Yeah.
He never played another snap for them again.
Well,
Right to our face. He knew he was going to Carolina.
You never talked to a guy who got in a divorce? Yeah,
Right.
we're
Things
gonna
are
work
going
it
great.
out.
Yeah, things are going great.
And then it doesn't work out.
He's not going to break it to the kids like this.
He's not gonna lie, but you know,
Right.
You would defend him.
I don't want any negative Adam Thielen mojo going right now. So I mean, I like it. Obviously, if you 2 touchdowns alone is very fun.
If you could swap places with anyone in the NFL, would it be Adam Thielen?
No, it would obviously be Jalen Hurts.
It would be Jalen Hurts.
Yes. Why would I want to play on the Panthers?
Carson Steele.
Wouldn't you want to have
Carson Steele would be pretty. Do I get Carson Steele's hair?
Yeah.
And do I get Crocky J?
Yeah, you swap
all right.
lives. Like,
And do I get to hang out with Andy Reid?
Entire lives.
I don't
It's pretty
know.
awesome.
I assume Andy Reid invites his fullback over for dinner.
Yeah, come on, eat some barbecue.
Amazing.
I do also.
You adjust?
No, I'm also going to give out the price for
What is that? 2 touchdowns on Panthers money line, by the way.
what's up. Oh, it's 73.92.
Wow.
So that will be my
That's
official
it?
play. Yes. And Jonnu Smith and Adam Thielen. Oh my God, this is Jonnu Smith 2 touchdowns, Adam Thielen 2 touchdowns. What do you think that pays, Ryan?
Jonnu Smith 2 touchdowns, Adam Thielen 2 touchdowns. 250 to 1.
$100 wins you $554,900.
Now he's scaffolding his Degen parlays.
So that is just
You trying to brag?
in case you want to get real crazy this weekend. Feel free.
I don't think we moved the price, but since we've been talking, Tyreek Hill now down to +180.
Oh, and that was Tyreek Hill was one of Rhythm's anytime touchdown bets they really like. Sports Gambling Podcast.
You can't move the price that much just because Tua is out.
No, I mean, did we not see Tua before he died on the field? He was terrible.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
He died for our sins. CJ, what do you got? Degen only parlay.
Now, last week I went outside my comfort zone through a 10-teamer interception parlay.
It didn't hit.
No, people played the individual legs. I know they reached out.
It came close.
I think you were like,
I was off. You know what I was off by? Goddamn Danny Dimes and Jaden Daniels. Those two.
Yeah.
The two I was confident in.
I think you were like 6-2 or
it was
5
like 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Which,
yeah. It was like
by the
7
way,
and 3.
You will still get credit for winning people money when you do that.
Oh yeah, I won money. Definitely won people money with the interception. If you broke it down by individual legs.
You round robin.
Which people did in the comments, as we saw. So let's go back to the old fashioned. Just two things got to happen, I already mentioned Stephon Diggs getting a touchdown in his revenge game.
Ooh.
And I did do the angle of Stroud's going to want to get this out of the way. He's going to be complaining about it. Then to give you the speech afterwards, he's going to be in your ear. So we're going to do a two-man first touchdown parlay. Stephon Diggs, you get him at 11-1 right now. Parlay that with, I know I just said I liked what Malik Willis was saying. I don't believe a word he's saying. He does want revenge coming into it. How is he going to get revenge? He's going to rush in for a touchdown. First touchdown of the game, 12-1. Double revenge parlay. First touchdown, Malik Willis, Stephon Diggs. That pays 155-1.
There you go.
Two simple things have to happen.
Wow. Just two things.
So third place, huh, Sean?
If you count the bonus one I gave out, that was a dominant 550.
All right, so Underdog?
Yeah, Underdog.
I was taking notes in the episode, and I thought the running quarterback plays of Kyler Murray higher 32.5 rushing yards and Caleb Williams higher 21.5 rushing yards were a good starting point, and maybe we add one or two more from there.
So Kyler Murray, got that one in. Caleb Williams, what was his rushing yards?
21.5 higher.
Ooh. Okay. Do we stick to some other rushing quarterbacks?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we keep the theme alive.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. What are some of the other
Lamar?
Lamar? Certainly he could have a big game.
53.5.
I like if we want to juice it for a rushing touchdown with a quarterback.
Oh, what do you think?
Who do you got in the rushing QB area?
This game, I like either one. Pick your choice, Bo or Baker. Down that Denver Tampa Bay game. I know you guys like Bo.
Yeah. I think we go Bo Nix touchdown.
Yeah. Baker showed his ass last week for Detroit. He's a little tuckered out, putting those moves on. He's not going to do that back to back.
We're already at a pretty good number here if we do Bo Nix higher rushing receiving touchdown. Caleb Williams higher 21.5 rushing yards. Yeah. Kyler Murray 32.5 rushing yards.
That's a nice number.
That is a nice number.
All right, so we'll do that.
I think that's all we need.
All right.
And if you put the 30% profit boost on Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN, $25 get you 470, 24. Let's have ourselves a Sunday.
I may have already used all my boosts.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why they're boosts, Ryan. We're boosting cars left and right. Thank you as always to CJ Sullivan, aka the man in the box. Check him out. Bottom Line Bombs, YouTube, Spotify, wherever podcasts are sold, aka they're all free. And toss us a nice rating and review over on Spotify. 5-star us. We're going head to head with some of the big dogs in the sports chart, and you guys hop in, and maybe you're a YouTube or an Apple Podcast. Maybe you got one of those weird other podcast listening apps. Just take a couple seconds, fire up Spotify, and Spotify right now has video too. So
it's like a tip jar.
Yeah.
The video is there for most of the episodes.
Okay. So yeah, video, check that out.
Whenever the producer gets around to uploading it,
and 5-star us. That is huge. Helps us keep the lights on, keep everything free, and the content machine a rolling here.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
I'll never forget when they got Baba Booey with the McKine.
Kramer, let it ride.
Here's a bucket. Oh,